Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. Not sponsored by Lancaster Insurance. Good afternoon. Today is the 20th of March and this is part 14 of the Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around the 2022 Practical Classics Classic Car Restoration Show at the NEC here in Birmingham. So this is probably going to be the final part. I'm just mopping up a few things in Hall 5 that I'm not sure I've covered so far. Although it's difficult to remember after 3 days and 14 videos. But if I get things wrong, if I fall over, if I get interrupted by things, then I do apologise in advance. Just the way it goes on this channel, I'm afraid. 1961 TVR Grand Tourer Mark IIA from TVR Car Club. Now these won't have the Mark II Cortina rear lights on them because, well, it's made before the Mark II Cortina actually came into production. It's very interesting. Yeah, Grand Tourer. Wow, again, as I expect from the TVR Car Club, everything's in amazing condition. It looks like it's forward gear lever there and some metro switches and is that a Mark II Fiesta steering column? TVR Cosworth engine. So what is this? Oh, there we go. 1990 TVR S3C. Fantastic. Called Cosworth V6 2.9. Brilliant. Out of the contemporary Granada Scorpio. Backbone chassis here. What model this is from? TVR Tasman 350, and this will be a Cerberus with the buttons on the doors to get in. Looks really nice and it's yellow. It is actually yellow rather than sort of orange. It looks orange on camera, but it is yellow. Very sort of typical colour of the period, actually, for a sporty car. Yeah, 19. That's actually a 98 rather than 88. It says there. So it's for TVR AJP LOV8. We'll have a look at the engine, shall we? Very nice. Go over here and have a look at some Allards. Very interesting cars, Allards. The chap who owned Allard, Sidney Allard, he was a racing driver and a mechanic and a designer and everything. I think they actually used his own engine as well. I'm not very good on what type of Allard this is. It's like 774. I'm sure there was a name for these, but I just can't remember really what it's called. I do apologise, because it looks like this is the only complete one that's here. Oh, Allard M-Type 1947-50. Fantastic. Right, let's go to another bit of a show we haven't filmed, just over there. MGTF. Personal plate on it, so I don't know exactly what year it is. It would be between 2002 and 2005 probably. I don't think this is a continuation car. No, it's not the LE 500, I don't think. Very early MGB. It's a pre-suffix plate on that. Ports of registration, I think. Very nice condition. This would be a Mark 1, I think they called them. Door handle's a little bit different on this one, so yeah, Mark 1, very early car. 62, 63, something like that. The later one here, Cave registration. The 71, 72, having a little bit of tread-loving care. Right, let's go over to see some Allegros. Yes, definitely not been here. Allegro stand. Allegro 2 estate on a V, 79 to 80. Can't read what model it is, I'm afraid. Ooh. This is an early one. Oh, this is the early one. The 73 1300 4-door deluxe saloon. This is the one from Clarkson's car years. Staffordshire plate. I forget the name of the gentleman who owns this. I have seen it before. Of course, a Quartic steering wheel. I have driven an early Allegro, not as early as this. It was 74 Allegro 1.3 Super Deluxe in blaze red, belonging to Alex. Alex, that's his channel, also has a Quartic steering wheel. Not a fan of those, they don't give as much control as a sort of normal one would do. Wolsey 680, I'm having a bit of work done there, I don't know what year that is. Maybe it says here. No it doesn't. Continue then. Very late Wolsey Hornet. I think it's a Mark III with the sort of more conventional looking door handles as opposed to the early ones which had the early Mini ones, which was to me like household doors. Based on the Mini, but a much higher specification and much more luggage space, of course, with little tail fins on the back. Very nice, yeah, Mark III. 1951 Wolseley 680. That's handy. Someone actually written it on the little protector they put on the wings. Just working on that's very good, isn't it? Oh yes, Princess. Just a Princess, not an Austin Princess or anything like that. It's just a Princess. This one is a T, so 78, 79, and this MG Maestro. This one, I believe, is a 2 litre. No, 1600. Sorry, it's a late 1600 BV S series engine in this, and it's an award-winning as well. National Car Club Awards 2022. Yes, this is the one that was featured, I think, on the Classics World channel. There's the back of that Princess. Mini here. Maybe I did a windscreen or something on this. It's sort of running out of time now to show to get things done. It's 82, 83 on a Y. Oh, is that a Sunbeam Rapier? Yes, it is, with the frameless doors. It looks a bit like a Plymouth Barracuda to me. Okay, so 71, 72 plate, 1275cc engine, but a souped up one compared with things like the Arrow, Hillman Hunter. November 73 Maxi 1750, known as Mavis. This year is the year to put it back on the road. Oh, fantastic! That's we'd like to hear, isn't it? Brilliant. Chap's having a bit of break there in the back. Saab 9.3 convertible. I've actually driven one of these cars. I drove pre-facelift like this one, 57 plate it was, but it was a pre-facelift on No Budget Reviews last year. I'm not sure if there's still No Budget Reviews worthy cars anymore, and all the prices going up, but this one's a manual. The one I drove was an auto. Citroen XM, that's very nice. This is a facelift one. Oh, it's got the V6 in it. I've driven a couple of cars with this V6 in it, that was shared between Peugeot, Renault and Citroen. If it's on a V, it'll be a very late one. 99 it would be. I think they stopped production of these in 2000, so yes, it's nice to see the right sort of engine for one of these, most certainly. Plymouth Valiant? Yeah, Plymouth Valiant. Made in Australia, which I don't think I've ever seen one of these in real life. Wonderful. And then Renault Espace. This is a sort of first shape of them. 1991 plate. Very practical. I think it's sort of composite body, plastic type thing. And then this is an Armstrong Siddeley. I don't know what type it is. It maybe it's a Hurricane or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but very nice to see something like this. Let's go and have a look at some others down here on, what do they call it? The ADO 16.info club. Yes, of course. 1100s, 1300s, most popular cars in Britain, really, for much of the 60s. Very nice. This is a Mark 1. It's a Wolseley 1100, I think, that one. MG 1100. Both these are 4 doors. There was also a 2-door available. This is a much later one. So it's a Morris. That's on a 71 plate. And this one is an Austin. Is this a 1300 GT or something? Yeah, it is a 1300 GT. I'm getting better, viewers. Yes, 7172 plate. Very good. Have we seen Miss Mexico before here? So just have a look at Miss Mexico whilst we're here, just in case I haven't filmed it before. Escort Mexico. Might be Essex registration, so might be Ford UK supplied car. And I think that's Daytona yellow from memory. Very nice. Mark II Triumph 2000 having a bit of work. Innsbruck facelift. I think it's 1970 or 71, this one. Like many of them back in the day, it's got a tow bar. Yeah, we've been here before. There is Mr. Reed with this MGB. MGC next to it. Mr. Langstaff is here with his MG3. There's his MG3 there. Maybe somewhere else. Right, let's just go through and just double check we haven't missed anything else down here. Here is the Toyota Enthusiast Club, and this is a beautiful old Hi-Ace. Wow. It's a 77 but registered in 1978. It's a beautiful condition. I've not seen a Hi-Ace of this generation for a really long time. They're relatively common when I was younger, but not so much now, particularly like this. Wow. Not only is that just a beautifully typical 1970s Japanese interior, the colour is lovely as well, but that is an astonishing car. One of, I think, 3 Celicas of the shape that we've seen at the show. I think this is about 99. Celica Cabriolet. Mr. Quote Unquote, although I think filmed this. I don't think I've been around here yet, but look at this. I just don't see sort of this sort of thing anymore. And this is a Sprinter Carib Z Touring, which Mr. Quirk has already been able to look at. It's got an interesting interior in it. Sort of equivalent to back in the day of the Corolla, but a much sort of nicer specification on them and a very different front end from the ones we got, which is sort of the oval headlamps with the funny grille. We didn't get anything like this. Amazing. And this isn't a Celica GT4. It's actually a little bit earlier than that. I don't know if these are reproduction plates or if they are original dealer plates from Man Egerton in Croydon, but definitely the right area code for Croydon. There we go, it's Carlos Sainz, Celica Turbo 4-wheel drive Carlos Sainz limited edition. Very, very good viewers, we like that very much. Original dealer sticker, it might be a production one, I'm not sure. But yes, Carlos Sainz, 91-92 plate, turbo 4-wheel drive. Same 4-wheel drive as this Sprinter Carib. I think that's a 97-98 plate. So I think 98 this generation of Corolla came out. Have a look at the Heritage Skills Academy. 67-68 midget, like one I drove. This is up Riley, and here a very old 2CV. That is an old 2CV. Wow. Right, let's just check and see if anything else we've missed here. So this is the sort of main stage of the show, and I think these are some cars that have been featured on where it is. I don't recognise this MGA, I'm afraid. Some of you might do it, and maybe it's after I sort of stopped watching what it is regularly. Probably an American import. This I do remember though. This is from one of the earlier series. It's a Porsche 928. I remember this being restored by Ed China and having the tally dials put on it like this. It's glistening in this light. There must be some kind of metallic flake effect to the paint. And then there's what is that being restored? Is that a Reliant Rebel? Being restored over there. That's Citroen's having some work that we saw of one of the earlier parts. There we go, Reliant Rebel. And we did have a little look around this area yesterday with commentary going on. These are Practical Classic, Classic World, Barn Find Visited, and loads of some staff cars over there. Right, to continue, I'm determined to finish, viewers. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So I definitely missed this. This is the National Street Rod Association. This is I think a Dodge or Plymouth, something. It says Dodge. I'm really bad on American cars here, so if I don't know what this is, I do apologise. Dodge Dart, okay, that makes sense. So it's a 63 or something. This is a pickup. I think this is a kind of Mopar product of some description. Yeah, it's a Dodge. So N would be 7475. Dodge Ram 100. I don't know. And then some kind of thing based on an old Ford Anglia or something like that. With not original engine geared, but of course that's not the point if you have one of these street rods. Right, let's keep going. Here we are, the MX-5 Owners Club. Definitely haven't done this. So I drove a Mark 1 MX-5, or I say properly, it's a UNOS roadster like this one is, on Sensible Secondhand Classics on the channel last year. A subscriber of mine actually owns one. He very kindly brought it to the social that we had in July. Tokyo Limited UNOS roadster. So many imported ones of these around. 94-95 plate. Another UNOS here, very early one on a G. It's got the it's not got the speakers and headrest quite yet. Chassis number 1414, released for sale in Japan in September '89. So yeah, on a very early G. Strut brace, of course. I think this is a 1.6. There we go, little Japanese stickers. So definitely a UNOS. Another UNOS here. Ooh, yes. This one looks like a V Special or something. It's got the beige leather interior, which we do like. This is an auto. Yeah, the specification I drove was an auto with the Nardi steering wheel like this, and sort of biscuit interior with the head mesh speakers. Yeah, it's definitely my colour combination if I wanted to have one of these. So it's all UNOSes today on this stand for some reason. This one's having a bit of work. It's okay, it's a 92-93 plate. Not quite sure what they're to there, but I'll have to finish by the end because we haven't got long left now. I'm sure that we've seen these before, viewers, these stags, but I just want to walk past and just say stag. Yes, do like these. Also, we have a look at these MGBs again. I'm not sure we've actually filmed these. I can't remember if I did or not, so might as well. This is a 68 one that's been on the London to Sydney Marathon. Very good. Gene Denton and Tom Boyce finished in 42nd position, number highest placed sports car. 1973 MGB Roadster. And yes, this very unique Silver Jubilee edition. I think the only one made in this colour. Right. Okay, I think we're going to go back to see Mr. Richardson from Furious Driving. I think we finished in here. Two little Exoset figs, these. If you want a whole one, it only costs you about £15,000 with VAT. But these are insanely quick. The most practical car, but then, what do you expect? So that's it, viewers. We've come to the end of a Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around the 2022 Practical Classics Classic Car and Restoration Show. Back at the Hubnut Furious Driving and I Drive a Classic stand here, trying to collect my bag from Mr. Richardson, who's just behind the stand there. And then I suppose I'll be going to edit this. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching, particularly if you've watched all 14 parts all the way through. It's very, very much appreciated. If you wish to subscribe to the channel, that'd be really good. If you join the channel as a member, then you get early video access, so something like this you see the parts a lot earlier than otherwise would have done. And it'd be wonderful if you could like this video, leave a comment below. Thank you ever so much indeed, once again. The time in the world.